Have you ever felt a profound sense of loneliness? A deep longing for a family you've never known? Imagine being a creature of legend, hidden from the world, yet feeling the same human emotions we all do. Today, we're delving into the heart-wrenching story of a baby Bigfoot, and what might be his saddest moment yet. Our story begins in the dense, misty forests of the Pacific Northwest. Legends of Sasquatch have echoed through these woods for generations. Tales of giant, ape-like creatures that move like ghosts through the trees. But what if one of these legends was just a child? A small, curious being, isolated and alone. Let's call him Kiko. For weeks, Kiko had been observed by a dedicated wildlife researcher, Dr. Eris Thorne. Unlike others, wasn't hunting for a trophy. He was seeking understanding. He'd set up discreet cameras, not to trap, but to witness. What he captured on film was something no one had ever expected. It wasn't a monster. It was a child. Kiko spent his days exploring his small territory. He'd mimic the bird songs, chase butterflies, and taste wild berries. He was playful, intelligent, and incredibly resourceful for a youngling. But as the sun began to set each day, a palpable sadness would fall over him. He would climb to the highest ridge overlooking a valley, his small frame silhouetted against the vibrant colors of the sunset. This became his evening ritual. He'd sit there for hours, a lonely figure in a vast wilderness. He would let out soft, mournful calls, not the booming roars described in folklore, but something more akin to a whimper, a series of low, questioning coos that echoed through the valley, only to be answered by silence. Dr. Thorne watched the footage, his heart aching. He realized Kiko wasn't just calling out randomly. He was calling for family, for a mother's touch, a father's guidance, the playful tumble of siblings. He was calling for his troop, a troop that was nowhere to be found. Why was he alone? Had he been lost? Was he the sole survivor of some unknown tragedy? One evening, something different happened. As Kiko sat on his ridge, a family of deer emerged in the meadow below. A doe gently nuzzled her fawns, who pranced and played under her watchful eye. Kiko watched, utterly captivated. He tilted his head, his large, expressive eyes fixed on the scene of familial warmth. He slowly crept down from the ridge, his movements careful, almost reverent. He hid behind a large fern, peering through the fronds. He wasn't a predator stalking prey. He was an orphan, observing the very thing he yearned for most. He watched the mother deer groom her young, their bond so clear, so natural. On the camera's audio, Dr. Thorne could hear Kiko making tiny, soft sounds. He was mimicking the gentle grunts of the mother deer, as if trying to speak her language, to be part of her world. He reached out a small, hairy hand from behind the fern, as if wanting to touch them, to feel that connection. But he always pulled it back, knowing he was different, an outsider. This, right here, was what Dr. Thorne called Baby Bigfoot's saddest moment. It wasn't just the loneliness. It was the direct confrontation with what he was missing. It was the raw, undeniable evidence of his isolation. He saw a family, happy and complete, and in that moment, the true depth of his own solitude must have felt like a physical weight. As dusk deepened into night, the deer family moved on, melting back into the forest. Kiko remained behind the fern, motionless for a long time. When he finally stood up, his shoulders were slumped. He didn't return to his ridge to call out. Instead, he retreated to a small cave he used for shelter, curled into a tight ball, and, as the infrared camera showed, he stayed that way for the rest of the night. The playful spirit was gone, replaced by a quiet, heartbreaking sorrow. This footage raises so many questions. It challenges our perception of these mythical creatures. If they exist, do they feel as we do? Do they experience love, loss, and loneliness? Kiko's story suggests they do, in ways that are profoundly moving. He isn't a monster from a scary story. He's a lost child searching for his family. Dr. Thorne has since dedicated his life's work to a new mission. Not just to prove the existence of Bigfoot, but to understand their social structures and find Kiko's family. He believes that somewhere out there, another troop exists. He's analyzing migration patterns, food sources, and ancient legends, looking for any clue that might lead him to them. His hope is that Kiko's calls weren't just cries into the void. but signals that, with a little help, might one day be answered. The story of Baby Bigfoot is no longer one of fear or mystery, but one of hope and the universal search for belonging. A reminder that the need for family, for connection, might just be the most powerful force in the natural world. What do you think? Does this footage change how you see the legend of Bigfoot? Could a creature so large and mysterious truly feel such deep emotions? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this story as moving as we did, please hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible stories from the edges of our world. Thanks for watching.